Have you ever noticed how everything feels more emotional after midnight? The same phone, the same apps, the same people. But somehow at night, everything hits harder. A random post feels personal. An old photo feels painful. A message you ignored all day suddenly feels heavy. And maybe the strangest part is this. Sometimes you're not even scrolling because you're interested. You're scrolling because you don't want to be alone with your thoughts. That's why late night scrolling feels so emotional. Not because the internet changes at night, but because you do. During the day, your mind is protected by noise. You're busy, you're moving, you're replying, working, distracting yourself. But at night, that noise disappears. The room gets quieter, the world slows down, and suddenly your thoughts have space to catch up with you. That's when everything starts to feel different. Because when external noise gets lower, internal noise gets louder. And that's usually when people reach for their phone, not always because they want content, but because they want distance. Distance from loneliness, distance from overthinking, distance from whatever starts showing up when life finally gets quiet. But the problem is, late night scrolling doesn't always distract you from emotion. A lot of the time, it amplifies it. When you're tired, your emotional defenses are weaker. Your brain has less energy to filter what you see. So content that feels harmless during the day can suddenly hit much deeper at night. A happy photo can feel like proof that you're alone. A group of friends laughing can feel like a reminder of what's missing. Even a random caption, a face, a song, or a comment can touch something inside you that was already sore. That's why late night scrolling feels so intimate, because you're not just consuming content, you're absorbing it. And when you're already emotionally tired, lonely, or overstimulated, your screen can start feeling less like entertainment and more like a mirror. Not a mirror that shows your face, a mirror that shows what you haven't fully dealt with. Maybe it's loneliness. Maybe it's regret. Maybe it's grief. Maybe the quiet fear that your life doesn't feel the way you thought it would by now. And because the internet never ends, it keeps feeding whatever emotional state you're already in. If you feel behind, it shows you people moving faster. If you feel disconnected, it shows you connection. If you feel uncertain, it gives you polished lives and quietly invites you to compare them to your unfinished one. And at night, that comparison feels sharper, because there's nothing around to soften it. No movement, no daylight, no distraction. Just you, your thoughts, and a glowing screen that keeps giving you more. That's why late night scrolling can feel less like a habit and more like emotional exposure. Because sometimes, if we're honest, we're not really looking for content. We're looking for relief, for comfort, for distraction, for something that makes the feeling go away. But most of the time, it doesn't go away. It just gets quieter, heavier, harder to explain. And eventually, there comes a small moment. Your thumb slows down, the screen pauses, the phone goes dark for a second, and suddenly, you're there again, just you. And maybe that's the moment most people try to avoid. But maybe that moment matters. Because sometimes the sadness isn't asking to be scrolled away. Sometimes it's asking to be noticed. And maybe that's the real reason late night scrolling feels so emotional. Not because you're weak, not because you're dramatic, not because something is wrong with you, but because at night, when the world finally goes quiet, you can feel what the noise was covering.